What's going on, folks? Now, this video is basically going to be part one of me rebuilding and reconditioning my rear suspension. So, tools you're going to need: 13mm socket. That's going to be for the rear sway bar end links. You're going to need a 11/16. That goes right here for your rear shackle bolts. And you're also going to need a 3/4, and that's the one that's going to take off your freaking axle bolts. It's also going to take off your bolts for your shock right here. 3/4 is going to take this off, and it's also going to be for the top part. There's a bolt. See the bolts right there? There's a bolt in there that comes in from the trunk. I'm going to show you. That's also a 3/4. As you can see, I already took it off. That's a 3/4 on that side and on the back side. If I could get a good angle. I don't know if I could get a good angle, but back there, there's a bolt there. See the bolt? Well, right there. See the bolt right there? That bolt is for the shock on the top part, so you're gonna need to take that off. So I got some kits from the parts store, but it looks like this kit is not gonna work. It doesn't look like it's gonna work. So what I might just do is I might just clean up this stud right here and just use the bushings for it. So I'm gonna use the stock stud, clean it up, clean up the threads, and just use the new bushing of this. It was only like $5, so can't beat it. And then on top of that, I'm gonna replace the insulator for the sway bar. But when I put this on, this looks like it might be a little too thick, so I might have to shave it or cut it down some to make it work. And I also noticed that this part of the sway bar where the bushing goes is just like a charger. It was like, you know, they thought the Titanic would never sink, but they thought this bushing would never go bad. Because you know these cars were only meant to last X amount of years back in those days. Then you go out and get a newer model. So they weren't thinking about you ever replacing it, but here we are now. So I'm gonna have to probably, looks like I'm gonna have to drill out either the rivet or spot weld and basically re-weld it once I take it off. So more to come. Oh yeah, and then once you get this off, I had to use the old hammer trick. I used my hammer and my little breaker bar to bang it off here because this thing has kind of been on for a while, so it was a pain in the ass. So that's the side to do. So more to come as I rebuild my rear suspension and recondition some parts, because some parts I'm gonna reuse. So more to come. Peace. All right, folks. So I got all the U-bolts off for the axle, and I got them in some vinegar solution over there with all the hardware to clean up and then clean up and repaint it. So now I have to take off my sway bar. So the sway bar uses I think it's a 7, nope, uses a 13mm or a 1/2-inch socket. So I already got it off. I'm gonna have to bring almighty Thor out. That's my sludge hammer, not my rubber one, and bang this back because it doesn't want to come, but it's due to undercoated being so thick, and that's probably what saved the car, other than the guy putting it in storage. But the undercoating will really save my car from having rusty frame rails like how my Charger is. So I just gotta take off this one last bolt to get the shackle off, so I can take the shackle off. And also you have to remove your rear valance, because I doubt you want to make any dings in it, and that is a freaking 7/16 socket. So you're gonna need a 7/16 socket to get the rear valance bolts off, and so you can take your rear valance. It's just for precaution so you don't bang up your rear valance. I don't want to bang my rear valance up and then it looks nasty. So that's why I'm gonna take it off, so I'm free and clear. And I'm also gonna have to take out my disc brake bracket and all that, rear disc brake, so I could get basically the axle out cleaned up, painted, and all that good stuff. So it sucks. I took this thing off a million times, but it's all right. But here I go. More to come. Peace. All right, so you're gonna need a 14mm socket to get the basically the leaf assembly off. It's the front part that basically you bolt the whole leaf spring to. It's like a whole little box right here, but you're gonna need a 14mm socket. There's 4 bolts there. You take it off, then you can just take the whole leaf spring out. All right, more to come. All right, so to get the shackle bolts out, you're gonna need a 11/16 on the bolt size, and you're gonna need a 7/8 on the nut side, and then just do the seesaw motion and you will get it out. So yeah, more to come. All right, folks, so I got basically the whole rear end out. As you can see, everything's out. So everything I couldn't get the paint and clean up, I'm gonna do that. But yeah, I did spill the gear oil when I was taking out the rear axle because I had it lopsided, and since I'm doing it by myself, it kind of sucked because I didn't have someone hold the other end, so it basically spilled out. But it's all right, I'm gonna clean it up. So I'm just gonna clean this up, spray it, and here's the rear end. So I'm gonna clean this up, paint it, take out the pumpkin, and yeah, call it a day and order new leaf springs, and that should do me. Yeah, that should be good. The rear end should be rebuilt. Clean up those parts back there, clean up the sway bar. I don't know if I might change the bushing or not, because it looks like it's not the right one. It might look like it'd be a pain, but I'll see. But yeah, this is how I'm gonna end this video. More to come. Peace.